Hello everybody, I'm going to talk about heat safety, heat or summer heat safety, right? When we're talking about heat safety, like the warm weather, when the weather is very warm, it can also trigger an urge to be outdoor, right? For you to go outdoor. But funny enough, in the sunshine can also be dangerous when the heat and humidity rise into certain level. In addition, the sunburn heat related illness can spoil summer fun and also send unsuspected victim to hospital, right? This simply means that when the weather increase, sometimes it can lead to humidity, and humidity also sometimes can affect the skins of people, and it can lead to overheat in your body, and sometimes it can lead to illness, right? So the human body keep itself cool by allowing the heat to escape through the skin and by the evaporating the results of perspirations. But if the body cannot cool itself that period, the person could suffer from the heat-related disease, like heat-related disease, overheat, it become like feeling upset, right, dizzy, you know. So illness also can cause by overheat and can become a serious and also even deadly threat. So we have to watch out about the heat safety, wherein in terms of highly temperature area or highly temperature condition, you have to assess and know whether you should be under the weather at that particular time. So who is at risk in this period, right? I'm going to mention 3 points. Who is at risk? Number one, everyone is susceptible to heat related illness. However, this group are at a high risk, right? Then point number 2, senior citizens, especially those living alone in non-air condition environments, people that are living in non-air condition environments also. Then point number 3, infants and children also can be affected by the weather, the heat, right? Then point number 4, people with medical condition, especially those with heart disease and high blood pressure, can also be affected by heat. So these are the four people that are in risk for heat safety, right? So I'm going to talk about the prevention. How you can prevent the heat if overheating or the weather is very harsh. In the prevention method, is to help prevent heat-related illness. Following these are the safety precautions that we need to follow. I'm going to mention 5 points. Point number 1, you have to avoid strenuous outdoor activities when possible, or reserve the outdoor activities for the cooler morning and evening hours. So this simply means that if the weather is very harsh outside, you have to know. Then you have to assess before going outside in the hot weather. You have to, if you want to do outdoor activities, you have to do it in the morning hours or in the evening hours. Because in the morning hours, when the sun is just coming up, so it will be easier, it will not be that warm. But if also in the evening, also the sun is coming down, so the weather also is been decreasing, right? Then point number 2, you have to wear loosened fitting or lightweight cloth, right, or light color cloth, or also apply a sunburn cream in your body, right? So this simply means that in the hot period you don't have to wear a tight cloth or some color like a black. You have to be careful because it can also overheat. It will react to your body, right? Then also point number 3, you have to stay well or hydrated and avoid alcoholic and cafeteria or caffeine, right? So this simply means that you have to avoid caffeine in a hot period, like coffee or other beverages, or alcohol when the weather is very hot, right? Then point number 4, you have to eat small meal more frequently, right? So then point number 5, never leave your children or adults or pets in a closed place when the weather is very hot, or inside a vehicle when the vehicle is very hot. Don't leave your child or your pet inside. In the summer, you have to close your car. Temperature can increase from 78 degree to 100 degree in just 3 minutes. So that simply means that if you leave your car, your kids inside a car, so you might find out that the temperature also is increasing when the AC is off. It can increase from 78% to almost 100 degree. So you have to watch out for that. Then I'm going to talk about the signs and symptoms of heat sickness or heat heals. Like when someone is overheat, right? Then the symptoms that you can have, right? Heart-related illness is culminative. If you experience symptoms, administers or seek treatment immediately. If you're feeling dizzy, like whether it's very hot, you're feeling upset or dizzy, immediately seek for medical assistance, because sometimes you feel upset and dizzy. If you don't be careful, you can just pass out if someone is not there, right? So I'm going to talk about 3 points here. Point number 1 in the symptom that you can have, heat cramp. Right, like you having cramp on your foot or parts of your body. So then it's very painful muscle cramp, and also usually in the legs or the stomach. Then the treatment for this is slowly rehydrated and scratching of the muscle, right? Then point number 2, heat exhaustion, cooling moisture or peeling or flush and red skin. Your skin can become red, or headache or dizziness or weakness or exhaust. You feel like just weak or nasal, like flu or vomiting. Treatment, right? Then you have to rest in a very cold place when you've been affected, like you're feeling dizzy or headache. You have to find a very cold place, you rest. Then you remove your cloth, or you open up your cloth for you to have a fresh air. Then you have to try to drink water, at least for you to calm down your radiation, right? Then you have to call the emergency system if you know that these things is getting worse. So you have to call the emergency system. You know, if like for example, someone just passed out and you are there, right? You are there, you have to apply a wet cloth on this person who like have heat or be fainted. You have to apply a so-called cloth on him, right? Then also you're talking about point number 3, heat stroke or sunburn, right? A hot or red skin, your skin can become red, or the person's skin can become red, you understand? Decreasing alertness or unconscious, weak or high temperature. The treatment for this one, immediately apply a wet cloth to the skin of the person, or your skin, right? Or ice, you know, to the wrist or the ankle, right? If someone is facing heat stroke, you see his body is very red or red, so you have to try to apply a ice, you know, ice or cold cloth, or like you put water on the cloth and try to apply on the person's body. So this illness has caused lots of problem because people don't know the solution. So whenever you see someone feel dizzy because of the weather or the heat, right, you have to first you try to take this person to a calm or a cool place, right? Then if you have like a cloth, you have to put water on it. That is the first aid treatment. You have to put water on it. You try to put on the ankle or where the blood is, the movement of the body, because maybe there might be cramp there. So for the person to regain his consciousness. So to conceptualize all this one, we have to look at the heat safety. In every environment, we have to check the weather climate. If you know that the weather is very harsh, you don't need to go out, or you have to use something like a safety precaution. So you have to use a hat. You have to be careful and watch out. You always have to drink lots of water to keep yourself fit. You understand? You have to take lots of fruits also. So I stop here. Then subscribe to my YouTube channel for more advice on safety.